So you're ready to kind of take your art to the next level, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
That's amazing. But it's a journey, right?
Yeah.
It takes more than just being good at making art.
Yeah.
You need to think about branding too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what we're diving into today, using how to brand yourself as an artist, market your art, and the whole idea behind marketyourart.com,
Hmm.
which is helping you, the artist, turn your passion, what you love, into an actual business.
Yes.
We're talking about building a brand that's as unique as your art, as captivating, all of that.
It's interesting. So many artists, they focus so much on obviously the creative side,
Right.
but to build a career that lasts, you have to know how to present that work,
Yeah.
how to put it out there, right? It's like crafting an identity, something people recognize. And that draws them in, makes them want to learn more.
Okay, so it's like we always say, presentation matters.
Yeah.
So how do we go from like a studio full of amazing art to a brand?
I think it starts with, defining your, and I'm going to use the art term here, your artistic niche.
Okay.
What is it that makes your work stand out? What audience, and we'll get to that, what audience is going to resonate with what you do?
Yeah, and we hear this a lot, right? Find your unique selling proposition, that USP.
Yes.
Sounds very like businessy.
It does.
But in the art world, what does that actually mean?
So it's what makes your work distinctly you.
Okay.
That's it. So let's say your niche is you do these whimsical animal portraits. Right. And you love to capture their personality, but your USP, let's say you create these textured canvases, but you use recycled materials.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. You're bringing in that eco-conscious element.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something that a buyer who's interested in art but also cares about sustainability.
That is a fantastic example.
Yeah.
And speaking of attracting those ideal buyers, it's so interesting because sometimes artists find that their audience isn't who they thought it would be at all.
It's true. Yeah.
You know, it reminds me of this one painter I know.
Oh, tell me.
She did these really, really detailed miniature paintings. I'm talking like the size of a postage stamp.
Wow.
And she was like, oh, my audience is older collectors. They're going to love the detail.
Sure.
It turned out it was younger people, especially on social media. They were captivated by these tiny, intricate paintings.
Of course.
It totally changed how she marketed herself.
It's a perfect example, right? That's why this is so crucial. You might have this vision of who you want to reach, but being open to those unexpected connections, that's where it's at.
Absolutely. Speaking of connections, having a strong visual identity is so key to making your brand memorable. Like, it's got to be recognizable. It's like creating a storefront for your art.
It is, exactly. Think of it like this. You come across two art studios.
Okay.
One, total mishmash, different fonts, colors are clashing, confusing messes.
Yeah, thanks.
The other one, it's clean, it's professional, the design makes sense with the artwork, there's a logo, it's memorable, easy to read typography. Where are you going?
The second one, for sure. Feels more like they know what they're doing,
It's that feeling of intentionality that builds trust.
Yeah.
Which is key when you want people to connect with your art.
It's true. It's like those How It's Made shows.
Yes.
You appreciate the thing so much more.
Yeah.
And you see all the thought that went into it.
Exactly. And the best part is you don't need tons of money to do this.
Right. That's what's so great about The Source, how to brand yourself as an artist.
Yeah.
They talk about free resources. Canva, Adobe Spark.
Oh, yeah. Love those.
Logo creation. And fonts.
Oh, don't even get me started on fonts.
Google Fonts, Font Squirrel. So good.
It's like having a team of designers, but free.
Right. And we can't forget color, right? A color palette.
So important.
It does something, right? It makes you feel a certain way.
Evokes specific emotions.
Yeah.
Shapes how people see you. Warm, inviting tones. Cool, calming hues.
Okay, so we've got our storefront. It looks amazing. Now we have to tell the story behind the art. This is where that artist statement comes in, right?
It's like a peek behind the curtain.
Yes.
Don't just say what it is. Tell me why.
Right.
What inspires you?
Yes.
What themes are you exploring? Emotions. Share your vision.
You know, I was at this exhibit once, and the artist statement, it described sunlight, like coming through trees, as dappled whispers of gold.
Ooh, I like that.
It just changed how I saw the whole painting.
Right.
It wasn't just leaves anymore. A good artist statement, that's what it does.
It really does.
But there's more, right? It's not just the art. You as the artist.
You are a part of this brand.
Yeah.
100%. And this is what our source called developing your personal narrative, right? It's got to be you.
So how do we do that?
Yeah.
How do we bring in our personality and make it feel real?
How do we make that connection? I think it's about, letting people in a little behind the scenes, little glimpses, right?
Yeah.
Into your process, what makes you tick. Sharing your inspirations, maybe your studio space.
Oh, yeah. People love that.
I know, right? Even your struggles, it all adds depth.
Yeah.
Think about those like day in the life vlogs.
Oh, totally.
Or studio tours, right?
Yes.
You get a whole new take on their art.
Exactly, yeah. Seeing the person, not just the final product. And our source mentioned some artists even share their creative process, like live.
Oh, yeah.
Like a live stream of them painting. Or they document, like a sculpture being made step by step on social media.
That's so cool. It's about that connection with your audience.
Building those relationships, right.
Yeah.
Like we're friends.
Yeah.
And then there are platforms they mentioned, ArtStation, DeviantArt.
Oh, yeah.
Where artists can really connect with each other.
Love that.
It's like its own little world. But even with all that, at some point, people are going to want to see the art.
Right.
Right, the actual portfolio.
Yeah.
So how do we make that shine?
Okay, so think of your portfolio like a really good museum exhibit. You're not going to put every piece you've ever done in there.
No way.
Right. You're going to pick the best ones.
The ones that pack a punch.
The ones that really show what you're about, your skills.
So quality over quantity.
100%.
Yeah.
And they should all work together. They should tell a story, reflect your niche, that USP we talked about.
So it feels cohesive.
Yes.
Like it all makes sense together.
Yeah, when someone looks at it, it's an experience.
It's like going into a really fancy boutique.
All right. Yeah.
Everything's perfectly placed. The lighting's amazing. And it's just like...
You want to buy it all.
Yes. It feels luxurious. Yes. But no matter what, you got to stay true to your vision.
100%. It's like your compass.
I love that.
It guides every decision you make. Choosing your niche, making your portfolio, it all goes back to that.
Finding that sweet spot between what you love and how you show it to the world.
That's it. It really does come back to you. Yeah. You, the artist, knowing your style, your inspirations, like we said, your why.
Right.
That's the basis, the foundation. Once you know that, then you can build from there. Create a brand that really shows who you are artistically.
It's like we said at the beginning, like you've got this artistic gemstone.
Yeah.
And you're figuring out how to make it shine, how to show it off.
Find the right light. Exactly. And there are so many, tools and resources out there.
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
And the best part is a lot of them are free.
I know.
Like we mentioned before, Canva, Adobe Spark, Google Fonts.
So good.
You can build a whole visual identity, and it doesn't have to cost you anything.
Exactly. And honestly, don't be afraid to talk to other artists.
Oh, yeah.
Online, in person. Share your work. Ask what they think. Learn from each other.
It's so important, that connection. Finding your people, your tribe.
100%. Your people who get it, who get you.
It's like the journey's more fun with friends.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it is a journey, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. You're going to hit bumps, have doubts.
Totally normal.
Maybe even get rejected a few times.
Oh, yeah. Part of the process, right?
It is. But that's how we learn, how we grow. The main thing is stay true to what you're doing.
That vision.
Keep creating, keep exploring what's possible.
This has been amazing.
It has.
Really eye-opening. I feel like we only scratched the surface, though, right?
We did. Art and branding, it's a whole world. But I hope our listeners, they understand the basics now.
Yes. And if you're like, okay, I'm ready for more, tell me everything.
Checkles.
Check out the source material, how to brand yourself as an artist, market your art.
So good.
And of course, marketyourart.com has a ton of resources.
They do, yeah.
So helpful.
And just remember, your art, it can do so much.
It really can.
It can inspire, it can challenge, it can connect with people. Don't forget that. Don't underestimate what you can do.
I love that. Go out there, you amazing artists.
Yeah.
Be creative, build your brand, make it as amazing as you are.
Yes.
And until next time, keep making art.